So in today's video, I want to share with you how to start a cottage garden on a budget. You probably noticed that cottage gardens require a lot of plants, and they are known for being really densely planted with a variety of different flowers and shrubs. So a cost to create a cottage garden can quickly add up. When I started my garden, and I had quite an area in my front lawn that I wanted to change into a cottage garden, I quickly realized that if I want to have that lush, full look, that will require a lot of plants. So naturally, planting from seeds was a great idea. A packet of seeds can cost anywhere from $1.99 to $3.99, sometimes even above $5, but really not much more than that. So I've tried different varieties of plants. Some of them are extremely easy, some of them not so much. I'll tell you which are my favorite. So in terms of annuals, definitely cosmos. You can create an entire beautiful meadow out of cosmos. I love California poppies. They never disappoint, and they are beautiful border plants that pop and make amazing colorful border. I love larkspur. It's a beautiful plant, annual, really zero maintenance. I just saw them bloom right next to this gorgeous hydrangea, and I have to say I have it around my entire garden. So these are like my top 3 annuals. And then in terms of perennials, so my number 1 was a coneflower or echinacea. And my first year, I bought a packet of seeds. I created a lot of seedlings. They do not bloom on the first year, so I was waiting till the next year. And at some point, my very early on garden was absolutely covered with purple coneflowers, and it resembled more a meadow than a garden. And that's really when I decided I need more than just annuals and perennials. So that brings me to my next point, that at some point, as you establish your garden, as you grow your garden, you will need those shrubs, you will need foundation plants, and you will need evergreens. And those start to become quite pricey. So when I first walked into a nursery and looked at some of these prices and realized how many I may need in my garden, I was a little bit overwhelmed, to say the least. But soon I figured out my way around it, and I want to share these with you today. So, number 1, do not think that if you go to one nursery which has very expensive plants, that is going to be the case for every single one of them. In fact, there can be quite big differences between one nursery and the other. Today, I went to 2 nurseries which are literally 1 mile from each other. In one of them, I saw plants, your perennials at $12, $13 per quart, shrubs starting at $50 and more. And I drove literally 1 mile to this next place, and I found perennials and annuals for $3 to $5. Okay, they were just next to each other. So what I found out, the second nursery was a family owned, where they propagate their own plants. It was a huge nursery filled to the brink with plants. It's July, everything was on sale, and the prices were absolutely astonishing. If you're closer to metropolitan areas, towns, cities, where they have a lot of traffic, their prices are going to be higher. If you drive a little bit further into agricultural areas or suburban areas, those plant prices can go down. Now, I found one nursery where I pretty much bought all of my arborvitaes, my boxwood, and it was maybe a third of a price that I would buy from a nursery nearby. So that's your first thing. Just do not give up. Make it your Sunday trip and just drive around and check out your nurseries. Now, try to buy those plants not in the spring when everybody is up and energized to start gardening, but buy it end of summer where those plants are not looking their best, and even better later in the fall when those nurseries are closing for the winter and they're coming up with all sorts of sales to get rid of their inventory. So the next place where I found to be a great place for me to buy plants is flea markets. So there are certain established flea markets in my area where people sell plants. The selection is not going to be as great, but the prices are actually amazing. Why? Because these people go to wholesalers, they go to the flea market, they know that people are looking for sale and lower prices, and plants that would be above what you would ever want to pay could be completely affordable there. Next place where I also sometimes like to check out for some sales is Facebook Marketplace. I bought, for instance, bearded irises. It was a short drive and the price was definitely much cheaper than buying those plants online, and they were already more mature than what you would buy at an online nursery or Etsy. Beyond plants in your cottage garden, you definitely at some point, as your garden grows and you start to have climbing plants and roses, you will want some structures like trellises or obelisks. So these can also get really pricey. So maybe it's not a popular idea, but a lot of these structures can be easily done at home if you have some downtime, winter time. Check out this beautiful trellis that my mom, who's in her 70s, created completely on her own. She did it herself, painted. I mean, it's a fun project. If you don't have time or you just don't have the inclination to do this, you can find some cheaper options in places like At Home. I bought this obelisk right here. You can make it a little bit more special if you paint it. I'm actually excited about all of my DIY projects, obelisks I'm planning to build, and I've bought some funky looking elements that I could add to my obelisk. So hopefully at some point I can share those with you. If you have your favorite ways to create and maintain your cottage garden on a budget, please share. I'd love to hear your ideas and incorporate them in my own garden. Happy gardening!